PHNX Sun Devil Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Anthony Totri, joined on this Friday fun day by Shawn DePaz to my right, Shane Diefenbach to my left. Shane, you cut it close this morning.
Yeah, just
a little shake and bake on the way.
Yeah, a little shake and bake. I got a nice little
Got a cougar in the car?
Yeah, cougar in the car. What's it called? I was riding the draft of cars.
Oh, okay.
A slingshot. I was slingshotting through,
DSR
down
on
the
the
51,
way.
driving safely though. We're the speed limit, of course.
Yes.
I was just slingshotting to the speed limit. Yeah.
So how we doing besides your late arrival? Everyone's doing good today, Friday Funday?
Fantastic. Feeling nice.
I'm feeling good. D-backs walk-off last night.
Electric.
Red Sox were tied with the Yankees last time I checked. Basically, all is right in the world.
Oh, my goodness. Let's get into I'm going to call it the meat of the day. We've got red shirt senior ASU swimmer Grant House. The title is Grant is in the House. I love it. Grant, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to talk with us.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on. And with the slingshot action, you got to catch up with the DRS. Got to get some F1 action.
You're an F1 guy?
Oh, big
let's
time.
go. You're already speaking my language. You're watching the Aussie Grand Prix tomorrow night?
Yeah, man. Qualifiers went well. Everything's going off to a good start. So it's going to be a good third race of the season.
Oh, hell yeah.
Big racing guy. He's ready for it. Grant, you've been at ASU a long time now, since back to 2017. Just how would you say the program has kind of changed or evolved since you got there to now?
Yeah, I definitely think it's pretty revolutionary on the evolution that the program's taken. I mean, we went from, and placing 20th in the country to now 6th without any really middle steps in between. So that's a pretty drastic undertaking for any team and group of individuals. And obviously it happened with a really big foundational push and just kind of getting to the meet. Obviously COVID canceled nationals. Then we took a red shirt. So we weren't in the actual meet for 2 years straight. And that was pretty bizarre, but I think it was just a testament to really exemplifying, like, when we get to the meet, we're going to perform. And this showed that finally, because the guys, even in 2019 to 2020, when I was taking my Olympic waiver, like, they balled out at Pac-12s. Like, they were putting up top 5 relays, top 5 times in the country. And then it just kind of all whispered away. Like, no one ever heard of it again, just because there wasn't NCAAs. So this has been on the rise and on the radar for quite some time in our minds. And so we finally just got an opportunity to perform. And that's what midseason was this year. Pac-12s and NCAAs was really just kind of like, hey, we're here and we've been here.
For sure. Well, the meet, as you said, was really performing in 2022. 13 Sun Devil All-American honors this year. What does it mean to get that type of national recognition for not just you, but also the program itself?
Yeah, I think more importantly for the program, it helps with the longevity and the future success, because now recruits look at the program and they're like, oh, wow, ASU 6th. It's not like, okay, ASU, we have a great head coach. We have some fast swimmers. They're doing okay. They're swimming for Team USA. We have a pro group here. It's like, no, they're getting it done. They performed well. They put up the best times in history, top 5 times in history, American records, world records, and finished in the top 6 in the country, top 10, and just one or two events going a different way out of the top 5 in the country, and top 4 take home a trophy. So I think it's really huge to finally have that objective, fact-based. The stopwatch doesn't lie, the touchpad doesn't lie there. And really have that basis for the recruits, the incoming, the people that are interested in going to a top tier school to be like, wow, ASU is now for real. They are actually a top tier school. It's not just the people here that have known that, training here every day, just saying that to each other. It's okay. Now it's on the national pedestal. Now everyone's seen it. So it's there to stay and it's there to move forward.
So a big part of the program success this year came from Leon Marchand, freshman, Frenchman, raced in the Olympics, got a bunch of records, a bunch of championships at the NCAAs this year. What sticks out to you about him? Like I said, he's a young guy. What has impressed you about him and what he's done so far?
Yeah, I mean, there's a long list of what impresses me most, but I think, I guess what I have to say above everything else is his openness to growth and his willingness to learn in this environment that is very far from home, with basically everyone being a stranger. Um, I've been cranking on my Duolingo, but that's nowhere close to the French that he's used to. I mean, Bob speaks French, and that's a huge aspect. Like, for him and those two to form a relationship and connect. And I think, his openness to be a part of the team, be so good and still asking for help, asking for advice, helping others, being a good teammate, and the charisma that he brings to the team. Like, it was very unexpected, unknown. I mean, I'd never met him until we started texting before he got here, after he committed. And then once he got on campus, now he's become one of my best friends on the team. And it's kind of interesting, I think I'm 5 years older than him at this point. But it's just really neat to see his openness to the experience at ASU and his charisma that he brings. He's a very energetic guy. He likes to sleep, but he's very energetic, and it's a lot to learn, and raises the overall competitive level of this team in every race, every category there is.
Yeah, 100%. You were going back to you a little bit. You were the number 4 recruit. Some had you even as the number 1 recruit in the nation when you were coming to ASU years ago. Knowing what you know now about collegiate swimming and how everything is kind of played out for you in Tempe, what advice would you give to freshman you?
Oh man, to younger Grant, there would be a lot that I would give advice to, but I think the number one thing that a couple seniors tried to tell me, but I was just too stubborn. That's the one thing, but too stubborn to listen to, was just like kind of relax a little bit. I think one of the biggest things that I've learned coming over the last 2 years, especially with a lot of training switches, a lot of issues with the pandemic, obviously, things moving around, a lot of things out of our control, is, when I'm at the pool, the needle is pushed all the way as far as it needs to. And when I'm away from the pool, it's dialed all the way down. Because, worrying about the practices, worrying about the meets, that's not going to make me perform better or make me recover any better. It's just going to add more stress and anxiety. And so when I'm away from the pool, I'm away from the pool. I'm making jokes. I'm talking to my family. I'm calling friends. I'm doing schoolwork. And then also just having fun and doing hobbies that I want to do, because ultimately that's going to help me be the best version of myself, and not this like makeshift pattern of what I thought like an athlete has to be this, an athlete has to do this, a high performer does this, when I came to college. And I think, having that mentality coming in as a freshman helped me build a lot of discipline and a lot of characteristics that I can now kind of turn the dial on and understand a little bit better on both ends of the spectrum. But if I definitely had to tell something to freshman Grant, it would be, dude, just chill out for a second on some stuff. Just relax. It's going to be a long 4 years, and at this point, long 6 years. Didn't anticipate that one, but it's going to be it's a 4-year journey, not just trying to win it all in one day.
Definitely. Well, Coach Bowman has really built this program from the ground up over the last handful of years. What does he mean to the program, and what does he mean to like yourself in general?
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal what he's done with the program. And it's the standard of excellence that he brings in. I was just talking to another teammate last night when we were, or 2 nights ago, I think. Yeah. About, the presence that Bob brings onto deck, the presence that he brings into this program, the level of expectation and level of excellence that is basically the baseline for everything that goes on here. There's no slacking off. If there is, it's called out immediately, and it's excelling to this. I mean, he's coached several of the best swimmers, but also best athletes ever in history. And so that the pinnacle, the highest peak in our sport, Olympic gold medal, Olympic world records, the Olympics, Olympic head coach, has been reached. And to see that and to bring that experience into the program is almost very satisfying, very motivating, very inspirational, because this is a domain that he hasn't conquered yet, and we definitely haven't as a program yet. And I think that's been it's kind of met where, this program was in very dire straits. Getting cut in 2007, 2008, and then 2013, putting up times that were 30 seconds slower than we're going now on relays. it met this like meeting point to where this high level of success and this low standard can move forward in such a growth oriented way that now we're able to finally see the fruits of the labor and really experience success, improvement, some failure, learning moments together as a program and himself, I'm sure. And so it really helps the program grow without falling behind and always push for more, because he's seen that more, and he wants to excel in this domain of college swimming as well.
So Anthony had mentioned how highly touted of a recruit you were. Back in high school, if my research is correct, you were one of the winningest swimmer in Ohio high school history, 13 state champions between individuals and relays, 4-time Greater Cincinnati Male Swimmer of the Year. What was it like being so dominant at a young age? And then what was it like kind of coming to college and getting such a bump in the competition you were facing?
Yeah, it was an interesting transition. It was definitely, my first year in high school. It didn't feel like I was very dominant or very experienced at all. I was pretty much just nervous and just trying to swim for my life every day. I felt like, especially at competitions. But I think going through that, like when I came to college, I more looked at it as though, I've learned all these things. I have all these characteristics. I've experienced all these characteristics of a winning culture. St. Xavier, one of the most renowned programs and prestigious high schools in the country, and especially the program. I think shout out to 40 state championships and 4 national titles, I think. But being a part of that legacy and helping create that and improve that as well, taking those principles and characteristics that I learned and bringing it to ASU was a really big aspect for me. And to, it only took me one dual meet to kind of figure it out. With hey, this is not high school anymore. I think we swam Utah, and nothing against Utah, but they're certainly not winning NCAAs. I'll put it that way. And I was I think I was 4th or 5th in the heat out of 8 guys. And I was like, okay, if I want to go to where I need to go, this can't be happening. And then, the next meet, it was 1-2 with myself and another swimmer on ASU, and just moving forward in that and every event as we could be. And I think that was really for me what it took. And I just had a recruit ask me the other day, Asher, who is, I think it's Haverfield, and he's coming in. He's like, what's it like? What's the difference? And essentially you're just a big fish in a small pond in high school, moving to be a big fish in a big pond. And really you go from focusing on yourself to playing your role and owning your role within the team, because the team is only strong as the sum of all the parts. And I think when those parts come together, the sum is even stronger. And so knowing your role, improving yourself, improving those around you, and taking care of what you need to do is really the overall goal, I think, of college athletics. I at least feel for swimming. And I feel like that's pretty applicable to almost every sport, because so many people are coming from such a diverse background comparatively to high school, where you're all pretty localized, have an understanding of who each other are or background. But in college, I mean, I've never met anyone from Alaska, and one of my best friends on the team and teammates is from Alaska now. So just a very different upbringing, very different background, and things to take in consideration. And his best stroke is not one of my best strokes. And so he has specializations that I don't train for all the time. But this morning we did a training session together. So we're able to push each other and help each other improve, but we each have our own role that we need to really exemplify and really take care of at the college level.
Definitely. You mentioned earlier that when you're not in the pool, dial's kind of down, and when you are, dial's all the way up. This is the point in the show now, in the interview, where we're going to turn the dial all the way up to some of these more fun questions. So you're gonna have to give us some good answers.
Before we get there, Josh Hunt with some Ohio slander in the chat saying, makes sense, he's such a good swimmer. He was just trying to swim away from Ohio. Grant, Can you respond to that live?
Swim away from Ohio. I always say Ohio is a great place to grow up in, but I'd much rather prefer my sunshine and palm trees out here. Swimming outside every day is pretty good, but Cincinnati always has a special place in my heart. And I'm glad that I grew up there. Southeast Indiana, and Ohio. So, I don't know if I swam away from it. I just kind of wanted a different experience. But yeah, I'm not too jealous of snow last week in Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky right now. So I'm enjoying my 93 on my computer screen right now. That's pretty nice to go outdoors and swim under the sunshine right now.
So since we're on the topic of Ohio, I have to ask, are you like, because I said before the show, because I'm from the Northeast, I'm from Western New York. I know when a lot of people from Ohio, they're either a lot of state pride or they hate it. Are you like a big Ohio guy? And then also, you're from the Cincinnati area. What is your opinion on Skyline Chili?
All right, I'll attack this. I'll go better from worse. So, Skyline Chili, unparalleled, 10 out of 10. Undercover 100 though, Grater's ice cream. Not a lot of people know that outside of Ohio, but best ice cream, like hot take number 1, best ice cream in the world, Grater's ice cream. Hands down. In the world. Right. No cap on that, no comparison. Ohio. So a lot of people don't know this. So I'll always say I came from like Cincinnati, Ohio, because that's where St. X was, relatively where I lived. But I actually grew up in Southeast Indiana for 15 years. So I'm a basketball and cornfields Hoosier at heart. But I do have an appreciation for Ohio, obviously. But yeah, not an OSU fan, not a Buckeyes fan. Big Joe Shiesty fan, big Joe Shiesty. AJ Green fan when he was there. Now he's out in the Cardinals, so that worked out well for me. We came out to AZ together, so shout out AJ Green. Appreciate this journey together. But yeah, I don't have like the biggest Ohio pride, but I appreciate the Midwest grit that it instilled in me, and the definitely the lessons learned there. So always a special place in my heart for, I guess I'd say the Midwest as a general, but definitely not specifically Ohio.
I just have to say I've been to Cincinnati. I've had Skyline Chili.
Kind of mid.
Dang, brutal. It's okay. It's not for everyone. I think some say it speaks for the individual rather than the food itself.
Okay.
I just don't think Shawn has an advanced palate, and that's okay.
Wow.
I'm not gonna dignify that with a response.
Listen, great.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Gordon Ramsay would be like going to get it, but I mean, hey, it does the job sometimes.
It doesn't strike me as like a Gordon Ramsay style food. We know you're big on Skyline Chili. We also know you're big on pit vipers. Let's pull up that photo because we're gonna need we need you to walk us through just this moment, and I guess just like those sunglasses in general, man.
Oh man, yeah. I should. I guess I should just grab them from the other room right now.
Oh my god, please.
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
The rest of the interview has to be done in the pit vipers.
I think it's obligatory at this point.
Oh,
let's go.
Here we go.
Let's go.
So I had these sunglasses. I had them on at an alumni's house, and I was like, hey, like these are really awesome. I've never seen these before. Can I have these? And they're like, no, they're one of our like friends or something like that. And so I was like, okay, whatever. So I just went and bought some. I just found the cheapest pair on their website. They're pretty expensive, but I was like, nah, I have to drop it for the clout. And so it's pretty sunny out in AZ, so it fits the bill. And then I was like, what if we just showed up to a couple of the other guys on the team had them. I was like, what if we just roll into Federal Way, Washington, where it's raining, snowing, not sunshine at all, in an indoor competition, and just rocking these pit vipers. And I just thought that was the funniest thing in my mind, especially knowing the guys on the team. So I was like, well, if we kind of flex them, we got to pull them out when it like actually counts. So I think, well, we won the first night, and I thought about it, and then the next night went really well too. I think Bob was giving out the awards, and I was like, I don't know if this is the time. and then I won the 200 freestyle, and I finished the race, came over, and saw my coach Herbie Bame, and I like looked at him, and I was like, should we break out the pitties? And he's like, oh yeah, oh yeah. So he just handed them to me, put them on for the interview, and just right off the bat got like the weirdest question. So like whenever I see that picture, it makes me like think of this just state of confusion because she was like, "What's up with the glasses? Do you have like glaucoma or some eye disease?" I was like, what? No, not at all. But anyways, moving on to the next horrible question. But yeah, no, it was just something to have fun, just to get up on the podium, just to enjoy. Like, there's only 6 teams in our conference, and just to lighten the mood a little bit is pretty fun. And then got to rock them at Natties too, so it was pretty just fun, some lightheartedness, and keep it entertaining, keep it fun for the guys on the team and myself.
I love that.
Oh, that's so good. One of my favorite things is wearing things out of place, and especially
Like your panda shirt in a Vegas casino under a suit coat.
yeah.
That's prime. That's
It
premium.
Is. It is. Well, you already gave one, but you responded to our tweet saying you're ready for some hot takes. So, most unpopular opinion and why right now?
Most unpopular opinion. Does it have to be like swimming related?
No,
Nope.
literally anything.
Okay, I don't know if it's. I'm gonna give like 1.5 here. I guess one, just the one that came up to my mind. Crunchy peanut butter, hands down, only option when peanut butter is on the table. No creamy at all. So crunchy over creamy, and then if you go out on a date, both for first dates, both parties split the check, hands down. You don't pay for the first one. Both parties pay equally on the first dinner.
It's like a trial run.
I respect that.
I'm big on the. Have you seen the 50 Cent interview that he did on one of the late night talk shows where they asked him like who pays on the date, and it's like whoever.
Oh, who asked him?
Yeah, it's like whoever's idea it was to go.
I
on
heard
the
that.
date.
I respect that. But like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, how many times do you hear a guy not asking a girl out? Like, that's kind of like the MO. That's kind of the typical flow of things.
There,
So crunchy peanut butter and her splitting the check.
I respect it.
Splitting the peanut butter.
Splitting the peanut butter. So obviously you're kind of a big guy. You're 6'6", same height as ASU basketball player Kamani Lawrence, same height as ASU linebacker Eric Gentry. I know you played water polo too in high school, but outside of I guess a water sport, if you weren't swimming, what would you be doing with your size?
Dang. Get in my heart here. Well, growing up, I did a couple summers with basketball. I enjoyed that. It kind of never like really caught on as a passion. Just wanted to like kind of enjoy it outside during the summer times. My uncle taught me lacrosse at a pretty young age, and that was one in high school that I really wish I would have played. Because I could have just like with my size, I feel like I could have just bodied some people. And had a lot of fun with that, like that culture and the team environment. I definitely would be better at like tight end position than basketball, I think right now. So I guess I don't know who the coach is right now. I guess since Herm's out, but if you're in need of anyone, drop a line. But yeah, no, I guess to answer your question fully, my favorite sport is baseball, and so I'd always like to give a crack at that. I think there's a lot of time to play that sport. It's obviously a lot of wear and tear on the athletes, but it's like the least action in any sport, unfortunately. But I think you can play it over more of your life, and you can have more longevity and performance in that, and that's pretty appealing to me to be able to do what you're passionate about for as long as you're able to at a peak performance and physical level.
I could see you being a pretty dominant first baseman.
No,
Yeah.
defensive end, like Josh said.
Well, yeah.
6'6". My guy's worried about the wrong swim moves.
Oh, there was a lot of turnover on the defense, so you might be able to get
We'll
a
see
spot.
how many years of eligibility you have left.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping something like The Replacements or the movie with who is it? Mark Wahlberg comes out with the Eagles. They just have a combine tryout.
Invincible.
Invincible.
I returned to Cincinnati and I'm just catching dimes from Joe Shiesty.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
listen, I know
perfect.
the Rattlers, the indoor football team, they hold tryouts. So
And I'm sure you could wear pit vipers on the field.
true.
Yes.
There we go. Pit Vipers are an automatic sign I heard somewhere.
Oh man. Well, there's one question that we haven't asked anybody yet, but I'm curious just to see your answer. So I'm going to run through a couple of jobs that you would do. Okay. For example, if you were president, I'm going to ask you, who would your vice president be? And you have to give me someone on your team and why. Sound easy enough?
Do coaches count?
Sure. Coaches can count. As long as your
Okay.
explanation fits. So if you were president, who's your VP?
Herbie Bame, the most analytical, data-driven man I've ever met in my life. He has everything recorded from a time that you didn't even know you went and practiced to the best time you've ever gone when you were 10 years old. So he records everything, has everything like statistically stacked. It's insane. I'm just like, I just have to swim now. It's beautiful.
And if you were a comedian, who's your opening act?
Ooh, my opening act, I would have to say, man, that's a good one. And it has to be on the team.
On the team.
I would say probably John Heafy or Julian Hill. They're pretty funny guys, pretty likable, pretty personable. The only concern I would have if they could kind of like, I'd say they're sometimes funnier than I like my taste of humor, but they're just a little like kind of like a little stiffer. I'm more sociable, like right into the action. I'll go right away, just like my name's Grant. Let's have a good time. It kind of takes them like a second or two to warm up sometimes. So, but yeah, I'd say Julian Hill or John Heafy for sure. Opening act, get the crowd loose, get them going. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And if you're a musician, who's on stage with you?
Musician. Well, Bob got his degree in music theory, I think. So I guess I'd say Bob if I'm going like classical music. If I'm going like just rocking out, I'd go Evan Carlson. Absolutely just slays on the guitar. Absolutely.
Really,
I think he does drum set. He does. I think he just does. He does a lot actually. I don't know all the instruments he's played or has learned over this time, but definitely one of the best guitarists I've ever met. Like person to person, rather than just saying like, "Oh, this guy's in a band" or whatever. Because I mean, well, he actually was in a band, but yeah, he's really good. So I definitely have him because I actually played drum set when I was growing up and percussion. So we could make it work. We can make it work.
I'm here to see you and Bob on stage, both rocking the Pit Vipers.
Yeah, I that would be a tough sell, but I think it would definitely get the crowd going. Definitely get the crowd going.
Maybe Bob's hitting the viola and you're just on the drums, just kind of banging out.
That'd be
Wow, what a collab! What a collab, though. Think about that, like Bowman House Pit Viper. That's. I do actually. Have you ever seen the movie Whiplash?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay, agreed. Good taste. I kind of see that like similarity sometimes, like with the intensity and the excellence of like athletic sport that like Bob brings in. Like he just wants the best for us, and he wants us to perform our best. And so, kind of making a full circle moment there. Didn't intend for that, but yeah, that movie I always think about is like a parallel. I was watching the first time and I was like, is this like, did Bob have a say in this movie or something? I was like, this is strikingly parallel. Like,
so you're Miles Teller.
Well, I don't know if I'm Miles Teller now. I think Leon's more Miles Teller, but at a certain point I was Miles Teller. Yeah, I think the role switches because Bob's been here for a couple years. The movie was only 2 hours, but so I think Miles Teller has to circle in and circle out.
That's what we do on the show. We get profound here. We go full circle like that. Well, speaking of music, do you listen to music before you get hyped up? And what do you listen to? Or is it just like a straight Duolingo crank sesh before the races?
Well, in between like final prelims and finals at NCAAs and Pac-12s, I did crank on some Duolingo, just to kind of keep my mind off things with that. But, like going kind of the trips to finals or before the races, I'll listen to some music. Typically some, I don't know, like Odessa, Kid Cudi, just some like different, like not too intense, but nothing like to rock me to sleep. But before my races, nothing too crazy. Nothing really at all. Typically, I just like to have a good time. I actually put my phone away once I get on deck, put my bag down, and like that's game time for me. So I'll be just engaging with my teammates, talking with them, with the environment around me, and just kind of like no distractions. I just like, for me, like having the phone back there, getting the headphones, like are these going to get wet? Is my phone going to get lost? Like that's just that's unnecessary for me. But yeah, some Kid Cudi, some Jack White. He just dropped a new album today. Pretty good. some hippie sabotage. Just something to keep the beat up, but nothing too crazy. Just be in a good mood. Ultimately, is what I want to be when I'm listening to music before races, and then at practice, I typically let DJ Carter Swift take the set, the turntables, and he does a pretty good job of that. So always hits a good mood, good vibe.
The vibes are immaculate at ASU Swimming.
that is for sure. God, get that on a billboard.
We'll get right on that. Grant, thank you so much for taking the time today, and then best of luck, man.
Yeah, thank you. This has been one of the most enjoyable and best interviews I've ever been a part of. So thank you guys.
Appreciate it. We got to get you in studio at some point.
Yeah,
got to get you here with us.
Please. I got the mic here. I got everything going on here. So I'd love to hop in studio any place, anytime.
No glaucoma questions. We
Yeah,
promise.
no glaucoma
Thank
questions.
you. Thank you. Yeah. We'll keep those at bay. So
Have a good one, man.
Thanks, Grant.
thanks.
Oh man, so
That was
a lot there.
fucking fun.
A lot there. Shawn, before we get into some of the fun stuff that you had to say, just I know there was a lot that you wanted to ask him just about Leon and just kind of the direction of the program. For you, what was the most exciting thing to hear in regards to ASU Swimming?
I mean, it was cool that so Leon was a guy that I've even before the swim season started, I had heard about, and I mean, he's raced in the Olympics. Like, he was, so to kind of hear his perspective on him and hear, it's cool to hear that young guys, especially when you're hearing it from an older guy, that the young guys are really open to growth, like he said, and stuff like that. Like, it was cool to hear the respect that a guy that's been around the program has had for so long, to hear the respect that he has for a young guy, the most successful guy in the program this year. So that was really cool to hear.
What about you, Shane?
I just love the comparison to the program and Whiplash. That's a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully, it's not as intense as that, but they're it's clearly working whatever they're doing, and it seems like Bowman's actually creating a fun environment. All jokes aside, so when you can get a guy as successful as Grant to talk the way he does about not only the environment that he works in, but also just the sport in general, you know that the staff is doing something right, because you see success and you see somebody just enjoying what they're doing, and Grant really embodied all of that. So yeah, that was definitely one of the most fun interviews we've done.
You can hear it in the way he answers the questions. Like, he's having a lot of fun, but when it's time to give praise to someone or actually talk about the job at hand, he's very focused on it. He very thought out. So it was it was a very fun interview, and he's an F1 guy, which I had not expecting, and hyped me up.
I got a little scared when that started. I thought you were just about to
F1. Welcome to PHNX F1.
My goodness. No, Grant's always been really a humble dude, but he is one of the best at what he does, not only in the Pac-12 but in the nation. I remember, ironically enough, covering ASU Swim and Dive was my first actual sport to cover at ASU, and he was just a freshman when he had got there, and he was what Leon is now, kind of like he said, the tide has kind of shifted, but to just see how consistent he has been with the evolution of the program, with what Bob has brought, and then Grant has obviously been a staple in this program for so long. So it's great to see that ASU Swimming is still on the uptick. They were on the uptick when Bob got here, and really we talk about ASU sports all the time, whether it be baseball, softball, basketball, whatever.
Do we?
I mean, we do. It's kind of our job, but we rarely mention just how good the Olympic sports are at ASU. Yeah. We've talked about triathlon because they're always winning championships. We've talked about the direction of ASU softball and how it is just, in my personal opinion, the best sport at ASU right now. But I mean, we got to give some credit to ASU Swimming and what Bob Bowman has done with that program, because it is just as good as what some of these other sports are doing.
Absolutely.
And when they're in season, there is no reason not to go check out what they're doing, because I don't know about you guys, but swimming is hard as shit. Olympic swimming is hard as shit. I
really swim. I'm not.
Just swimming, staying above water.
No, I literally
Wait, you can't swim?
I can tread water, but I'm just not getting anywhere near the ocean. If the pool gets above 4 feet, I just don't want to be alone.
Here's the thing:
I might be in trouble.
If you ever actually go to a pool with
There was just an
Definitely just an accident out there.
Anybody see anything?
Yeah. Well, it definitely happened right here.
The windows are so thin. Who cares?
That did not sound.
No, that definitely sounded.
It also could have just been a. Who cares? Anyway, as I was saying,
It's
All right.
intriguing.
before we were
intriguing.
interrupted by what could have been an accident, I lost my train of thought. Thanks.
Yeah,
Hey, don't thank us. Thank the asshole who decided he was going to crash.
No, I'm not. I'm talking to him. But the going, not you, talking to the person.
No,
that
I know,
crashed.
I know,
Okay.
I know. But
All right,
Carry on.
here we go. So going to an actual place with lanes, a swimming pool
Yes.
with lanes, and like realizing how far it actually is, because most of the ones at like recreation are 25 meters there.
Yeah.
Like seeing an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Oh my god.
It's tough. Man.
It's crazy. I can't imagine swimming that long. Like when they do 1,000 meters, you're like, brother, what?
Yeah.
Well, and it's like on TV when you're watching like basketball or football, like they're big, but like they look smaller,
Uh-huh.
right? Like especially when you stand next to them in person.
Yeah.
And then it's the same thing with like the Olympic-sized swimming pool. Like it doesn't look as long. I feel like when you're looking at it from a like
Yeah.
television perspective, it is a long pool, and they are
Yeah.
swimming so fast.
Yeah, no, I got to go to the swim arena, whatever, at the Olympic area in
Mhm.
Montreal before, and like it is just, it feels like you're in a football stadium. Like
Yeah.
it's massive, and there's a couple pools in there, the diving boards, like it's swim like water sport athletes, and like I said, he had played water polo.
Water polo's
like
hard, too.
some of the best athletes in the world.
Yeah, water
Like,
polo.
Water polo
hard.
is incredible. So it's
Stamina, endurance, like
yeah,
what it takes to tread water that long.
yeah, and like they just seem like normal people, but they are some of the highest form of athletes there are. So
yes, I
it
mean,
is really
you
incredible.
mentioned it, 6'6",
Yeah,
same size Kamani Lawrence, same size Eric Gentry.
Same size as me.
Exactly.
Same size
And,
as
but
Jacob.
all three of them
Not
smaller
the
than
same
Jacob.
size as you.
actually.
Shut up.
All three actually
Smaller than Jacob.
Smaller than Jacob. Jacob is 6'7", as he informed me earlier.
Jacob's a good swimmer, I've heard.
Really?
Like Olympic style swimmer.
Can you swim, Jacob?
Some people say I can swim at about 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, now he's a
Um,
dolphin.
Okay, let's
Dolphins don't swim that
talk.
fast.
Can we please talk in knots when we're talking about swimming, please?
What?
Knots.
Knots. That's how boats are measured. No, I'm just,
Oh, okay, got you.
Swing and a miss on that one.
no, it's more of an inept counterpart.
I didn't hear what you
Oh
said.
my
I'm
god.
just kidding.
Okay, well, moving right along. Before we get
That's
into ASU baseball, gotta tell everybody about what's going on the DraftKings Sportsbook
Put them
app.
up. See?
Two titles
Come
are up
on
for
now, put
grabs
'em
on the
up.
stacked UFC 273 fight card. Join the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official
I didn't
sports
realize
betting
this was
partner
part of the read.
of
Like,
USC. New customers can bet $5 on any fighter, either one of these two, and get $100 in free bets.
What are the
Win or
odds?
lose,
I'm
guaranteed.
minus 200.
Yeah, he's definitely minus.
No,
No, minus
100%.
220 in favor of Shane here.
I don't know. I feel like I might have some submission skills.
No, you
I got long, like I'm flexible.
How are you getting me to the ground, bro?
Okay,
brother?
so you could bet
Technique.
$5 and get 100
technique?
in
Yeah.
free
I-
bets.
I have high kicks. I'm going straight front kick to the face.
Okay. Do we have any DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the weeks?
Me to win by a TKO in the first 5 minutes, first round.
I didn't know those odds are actually posted.
They're not. And the Mariners already started. They're already up 2-0. Mitch Haniger bomb.
Mitch Haniger bomb. My DraftKings pick of the week is Kazmat Chimaev to win by TKO over Gilbert Burns. All he does is finish fights.
Alls he does?
It's literally every single UFC fight that he's had. He's had 3 UFC fights. He's finished all of them in the first round. It's literally all he does. So Kazmat Chimaev to win in the first round.
Did you say you thought you were drinking the Kool-Aid this morning?
I did, but it's still. Yeah, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Like it.
Oh, you're okay with that?
yeah,
he
no,
doesn't care.
I love Kool-Aid.
Fair.
As long as
You're
it's not
chugging the
poison.
Kool-Aid.
I'm just
Who doesn't like Kool-Aid?
straight from the nozzle.
Yeah, I'll ride with you on that for the DraftKings Sportsbook Pick of the Week because they have Chimaev to win by KO, TKO, DQ under 1.5 total rounds. So even if Gilbert Burns somehow does get out of the first round, you can still get that half at 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the second round.
Josh said your not joke was naughty. KNOT.
I wasn't even. I was being serious. I want everyone to measure nautical speed in knots.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm kidding.
My DraftKings
Again.
Sportsbook pick of the week
Terrible
is
joke.
going to be the Jazz. I think they're favored minus 2.5 against the Suns. Expectation is none of those starters play for the Suns. I imagine McHale will play just because he hasn't missed a game all season long. But nothing was posted in terms of Book, Ayton, CP3. Can't imagine those guys actually get out there. But the Jazz still have their starters.
Yeah, I
going.
mean, they have something to play for still.
So that would be my lock. is the
Unless
Jazz minus 2.5.
Unless they want to play the, I don't know.
I think regardless.
I think they want to stay away from the Warriors, so they want to win this game.
Yeah. So I'll go Jazz minus 2.5. But if you don't want to ride any of those, again, you can hop in on the fight card, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code PHNX, bet $5 on. Oh, wait, let's see. That's the wrong read. There it is. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code PHNX. Throw down $5 on UFC 273 and get $100 in
For
free
every
bets.
Bryson DeChambeau birdie during UFC 273.
No matter what. That's code PHNX this Saturday at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. A minimum of a $5 deposit. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Thank you. Appreciate it. Any update as to the accident outside?
No, we just heard what I'm
Sirens?
assuming is I heard sirens, something pull up, but I couldn't see it from the window. So
I'm getting word that everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said I'm getting worried that everyone's okay. And I'm like, whoa, I'm getting word.
Yeah, you got your earpiece in?
Can't confirm.
Cal are in California this weekend. Stanford.
Yes. Back to ASU athletics. Yeah, so they won 3 of their last 4.
Sirens are going crazy out
Stop
there.
it.
Sean's obsessed with the sirens.
I'm not obsessed. I'm worried.
They're getting closer.
There's
a lot of them.
That's back to
It's
baseball.
it's hard to focus, but yeah. ASU baseball taking on Stanford. We've talked about how important this series would be to just continue the momentum that ASU has kind of built over the last little bit over a week. Are you still sticking with your prediction of what, 2-1 over Stanford?
Yeah. Maybe 3-0. Who knows?
Possible
They've
sweep.
won 3 of the last 4. Stanford not super good, but they're on the road, so who knows? I don't know. This team looks good in the Pac-12. They look more comfortable playing baseball in conference. So hopefully you can keep the streak alive after beating U of A.
What do you think, Shawn?
I don't know what to think about this team anymore. I'll go 2-1 too because it's what I guess basically every weekend. But I think, like I said last time we talked about this, like I just kind of I think they're clearly capable. Like if the bats get together, then they're clearly capable of overcoming their pitching deficiencies. And I feel like the last couple of games the bats have produced. So hopefully the pitching can just hold on enough to get it. But I feel like at this point it's really hard for me to predict that they're going to win all 3 games of any series.
Yeah.
But I'll give them the edge in 2 of them. So I'll go 2-1 as well.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 as well. Kind of nothing has really changed for me. I did write a piece on GoPHNX.com just talking a little bit about how this team has kind of transformed over the last week and a half. Whether it be the bats or the pitching has improved slightly, especially in that U of A game. Hard to really deny how well the Sun Devils played. But moving along to a former ASU baseball player,
Oof.
Spencer Torkelson. The Tigers
Yeah.
came back to win. Beat the White Sox
Just now
5-4.
with
No
help.
thanks to Spencer Tork.
Yeah.
No thanks to Spence.
It's okay. It's hard.
Tork went 0-4.
Baseball's hard,
0 for
guys.
4 with 2 strikeouts.
Baseball is hard.
It is hard.
He's 22 years old.
To be fair,
To Tork or the Tigers?
to everybody, only 2 guys on the entire team got a hit. Or no, I'll run. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong.
I was gonna say I'm looking at a
column.
lot of hits here.
Yes, but I mean, regardless, there's 8 hits on the entire team, so it wasn't like anybody was really raking, and they took them until the last inning to win the game. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the second game of the season, or first game of the season, right? Did I play
Javi
yesterday?
Baez won
Yeah,
the
it's
game for
there.
them. Ugh.
I forgot
Yeah,
Javi Baez
his
was a
stomach.
Tiger.
I need
Wow.
a stomach. Yeah.
You stomach pill? I don't know.
CHGO is sick. But I mean, Tork 0 for today. What? Okay.
Carry on.
Tork is 0 for today. His in division rookie of the year rival Bobby Witt RBI double yesterday to I believe win the game, right? Was it the go ahead
Shit,
run?
don't
I don't
ask
know.
me.
But I'm still love Tork, but I'm still sticking with Bobby Witt for rookie of the year.
100%. I don't know. I like Tork, but first game.
You just said 100% and then said I don't know. I like Tork.
Yeah, 100%. I like Tork.
It did end up being the game-winning run. They
Yeah.
wend up 2-1, but they won 3-1. But it did
Okay,
end
yeah.
up being
There's
the
a lot of
that's
game-winning.
what-
baseball. There's a lot of baseball to still be played.
Oh yeah, no, I know. That's
No.
what we were talking about on the show, the audio yesterday. It's like, like I said, I think he's gonna start slow, but by the time you get him like close to the All-Star break, second half of the season, I think he'll figure it out. It's just there's a lot of pressure on him. He's taking over the spot of the greatest player in the franchise's history, at least the most popular player in the franchise's history. So, just give him some time.
Sox in trouble.
After one game? Oh, the Red Sox.
5-4. 5-4, bottom 10. 1 out. Bases loaded.
No.
5-4, bottom 10.
They're up
how
5-4,
many
but the
outs?
bases
How
are
many
loaded. 1 out. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Before we get into our last topic of the day, got to tell everybody about our new hats. Are they still considered new?
Yes.
New hats. Okay. Trucker hats, dad hats, Shane hats, all sorts of PHNX hats.
We need Shane hats.
We do need
Just
Shane hats.
your
No, definitely not my face.
just
That's
Shane with
too
a
much
money sign
ego.
for the S.
no.
Ooh, with a mustache underneath.
No.
Why not?
Like one that has like a fake mustache hanging down.
Guys,
from the
yes!
So it's just like that would go hard.
Love it. Yes. If you want to get all those
More
hats,
than the mustache.
and maybe you can
I have
pre-order a Shane
personality
hat.
too, guys.
Pre-order a Shane hat.
My brother.
My brother.
On GoPHNX.com today. Not only that, but if you become a member, you're going to either get a free t-shirt from the locker or your first month for 50 cents just for signing up.
First Responders Pod coming soon.
Yeah, we should definitely pitch that. We'll see what Espo thinks about it.
We should become
Responders
bounty
pod.
hunters.
Bounty hunters.
Bounty hunters?
Yeah.
Who are we hunting?
I don't know.
Criminals?
Where we get paid to bounty hunt.
Criminals.
Okay, I'm here for it. The bounty hunting
Bad boys, bad
PHNX
boys.
show. Oh my god.
What you gonna do?
Okay. Yes.
you gonna
Again,
do
go to our
when they
website,
come for you?
PHNX,
Bad
GoPHNX.com,
boys,
become a
bad
member of the family. When you do, either a free t-shirt from the locker or your first month for 50 cents just for signing up.
Me and the mayor last night shared a body roll when he was walking out of the stadium, and I was walking to the stadium, and I was still at the Ainsworth. He body rolled, and then I body rolled back, and I was like, I missed that.
Nothing like a good body roll.
Body roll? Interesting. Okay. Moving on to everyone's favorite topic. Actually, before we get to the hot or not, I would like to, all of us should wish Leah a happy birthday because she is a phenomenal producer. She has the day off today, right?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Kind of fake that you would rather be with friends and have the day off.
That,
instead of
honestly,
produce our
that's
show.
what I said.
It's fake.
She's fake, yeah.
Doesn't care
She's
about
fake.
us. Only cares about herself. But
Yeah.
Happy
JK,
birthday, Leah,
LOL.
but you're a fake person.
Happy
Fake
birthday.
person.
no, happy birthday, Leah. She still, I believe,
Yeah, she still provided
the
hot or not topics.
So
The GOAT.
Quality.
even on her birthday, thinking about
The
us.
real
How
MVP.
nice.
So, Jacob, it is not your birthday.
No, but that's actually next
week.
Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're close.
Bet.
So you want the first topic?
Yeah, let's get
Well-
the first. Do we have the graphic?
Well, I thought the graphic was for.
You just play the
No,
video.
play
Let's
one.
roll it. Who's hot or not this week? Definitely not I. It's
Oh,
gotta
let's
be-
go. Let's go.
Shane, oh.
It's still weird to me.
Ding.
So what I need an answer to is because Leah tends to rotate them, but since Jacob's not always here, why did you choose Shane?
I
Explain to
asked
me.
Saul.
Did you really?
Yeah, I asked Saul, and Saul said the Super Bowl shirt did it.
Oh, let's go.
It's horse shit.
I,
That's my
I
take.
feel attacked.
No respect for Leah.
I'm on my
Not
fourth.
respecting the dead.
You know how
Crazy.
the abbreviation for the NBA when you're on the second game of back-to-back is a Sega Baba?
A Sega Baba?
I
Yeah.
literally have only heard that one other time, and it was from also you.
Yeah.
But
It's one of my favorite. It's very rarely used, but I heard somebody say it once and I love it.
That's
I'm on a
Pokemon.
Fega Baba. My fourth.
Do you guys want the first topic or
Yeah,
not?
let's
Or-
get that first topic.
Yeah, let's go with the
Baba.
first topic. Birthdays.
Birthdays.
Like birthdays in general or celebrating birthdays?
It said birthdays, and then in parentheses it said LOL.
Leah's
Oh,
birthday
yeah,
is hot.
So what?
Leah's birthday is hot.
But his birthdays in general hot.
You know what I will tell you? Is I was talking about this last night with her. One of my least favorite things is birthday texts from acquaintances. Like people that only text you on your birthday or like Christmas. I'm like, this means nothing to me.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I feel that.
Like it's good to check in with an old friend. Like if they become an acquaintance, you guys
Yeah.
used to be close, sure. But people that only text you for that specific situation, get out of my life. You fake.
Nothing worse than a happy birthday text from a number that you don't have saved in your phone.
Yeah.
But another thing I was talking about with Leah last night is that being from, like, she's from Toronto, I'm from the East Coast. It's weird being out here because most of my friends are out there, and then I get a happy birthday text at 9 p.m. and I'm like, it is not at 9 p.m. the day bore my birthday, and I'm like, it is not my birthday yet. But then
No, that's nice of them.
well, it is, but it's just like,
So
Oh,
birthdays hot or not?
Yes, birthdays are hot.
Birthdays are hot.
Birthdays are 100% hot. I love cake.
Mm.
Big carrot cake guy. I know that was a topic in
Carrot
the
cake
in the
put me
chat
hospital
today.
Before I'm a
Why?
huge funfetti cake guy because it had walnuts
Bro.
in it. Funfetti cake. I have said this.
That's your own fault.
I didn't know it had walnuts in it. Walnuts aside, I want my wedding cake to be funfetti. Huge funfetti guy.
Dude, it's
It's
so
such a good. It's such
so
a good cake, and the only reason people wouldn't want it as their wedding cake is because they think it's childish. Fucking get over yourself. Like you're bending to the will of society just because people
they don't want funfetti cake.
No, if you think it is too childish to have as a wedding cake, it's literally just a fucking cake with sprinkles. Like, what's the problem? People just. Thank you, Leah. And she's the birthday girl, so what she says goes.
Okay, next
Funfetti
topic.
cake will win.
Next topic. Milk substitutes.
Ooh.
No, not hot.
Like almond milk?
Not hot.
Yeah, like almond milk,
Half
oat
You seem
milk.
like an almond milk. No, you seem like a soy milk kind of guy.
Fuck soy milk. I like almond milk.
Yeah,
Fuck
okay.
you for saying that.
half hot, half hot, half not.
Like a half and
Because some are because
Got
some
'em.
are good and some are not. Like almond milk is fire.
You said that like a fucking Dr. Seuss poem.
Half hot, half not.
Summer hot.
Sirens
summer
are outside. They're coming to get me.
What?
Blop.
not. All right. Now you're doing slam poetry.
Spoken
rapper.
word.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Now you're doing
No, but
slam.
yeah, some of them are good. Some of them are bad.
I know,
Um,
I'd like almond milk.
I feel like if you don't have like if you're lactose, then sure. But if you're just drinking them because you're like, we're the only human that drinks milk from another animal, which is not true. Then you're
That isn't
just a
true?
loser. No.
What's the? Do you know who else does?
We are the only.
Picture a
animal.
cat in an alley. What are they drinking?
Okay.
Fucking, they're not getting it from a teat of
Yeah,
another cat.
But naturally.
There's also another one. I forget what it was, but there's like a bird that sits on an animal that like will bend down and like drink the. It's true. I saw a TikTok.
I'm okay.
So it's true. Immediately,
Well, I
TikTok
mean,
said so.
I looked into it and it was true. But
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I hate people that are like, you drink just milk out of the glass. Like, get over yourself.
no, I hate
again.
that. I think that's so weird.
That's weird.
Okay. Get
I
over
think if
yourself.
you drink,
Is that
I think
you?
if you
Get
drink
over
straight
yourself.
milk,
Are you the kind
Get
of guy
over
that's, like, gonna go
myself.
pour yourself a glass of milk?
because people that drink like straight glass of milk, like I have a friend who will go to a restaurant and be like, "You have milk?"
Okay.
That's no.
Fucking weird. That's serial killer energy. But it's the people that drink like just milk and they're like that. They're like, you don't drink. You think it's weird to drink just milk? Get over yourself. No, it is weird. You're not a fucking cat. You're a grown ass man drinking milk at
That's
2 in the
crazy.
afternoon.
I don't just drink milk at 2 in the afternoon.
When do you drink milk?
Very rarely. But it's not like unacceptable. Like that's what I think is annoying.
Okay, no. What's unacceptable is one time I went to a friend's house in like middle school, high school, and his parents made dinner and they had spaghetti for dinner. And they're like, "What do you want to milk, or what do you want to drink? Water?
What do you want to milk?
What do you want to drink?
That'd be a
Water or
great
milk?"
option at
What do you
your
want to
friend's
milk?
house.
They wanted. They asked me if I wanted water or milk. I said water, obviously, and the whole family sat down and ate spaghetti and drank milk.
And no, I did
That is
that.
fucking weird.
No, okay. So growing up, I had that. Like my parents would make spaghetti.
I just
and
think
I'd
you're
have milk.
judging like
no,
for no
drinking
fucking
milk with
reason.
spaghetti is so weird.
No, it's
Why?
not really. So like growing
That's
up,
such
I
a
did that,
weird
but currently
combo.
I would not do
It's
that.
just not.
That is milk and spaghetti is a weird combo.
Max has a confession. He used to be a guy drank
That's-
2% too, but you know
What kind of
I've
milk
grown.
are you though? Because like I put milk in cereal and stuff like that. Like, what
But
kind
you're
of
not
milk
just
is-
drinking.
What kind of milk do you drink?
It depends. I drink 2%, but I don't drink milk all the time.
No,
Like,
no, but I'm saying.
But like,
your
what's an
go-to milk.
occasion where you're like, you know what, I could go for a glass of milk?
Sometimes it happens. No, I mean like,
when I want to be hydrated.
but like,
Just drink water.
No, milk is more hydrating than water. Leah said in the comments too.
I was in a get out house, like Josh said. Yeah, if someone offers you a glass of milk with spaghetti, run. But
What?
I was a skim milk guy for a while because
I was too because it was healthier. 2%
Yeah.
milk just tastes
2%
so much
milk
better.
is like if I can have any milk with cereal, I'm a
Yeah.
2%.
Okay.
2% guy.
Thank you, David.
Interesting.
David has some great facts back here for me that I'm just going to read directly off of this website. So this is an example of animals drinking milk from other species.
Nice.
So a red-billed oxpecker, a bird that
Oh,
can
yes.
perch on the udders of an impala and
This is what
suck
I was
its
just
milk.
talking about.
Okay.
And then, besides the oxpecker, birds such as seagulls and sheathbills have been reported to pilfer milk from elephant seals' teats directly.
Elephant
Oh,
seals
yeah. Oh.
teats. Nice.
But I also heard that the animals that get their milk, what did you say, pillaged from their teats aren't like not a fan of it. It's not like a mutually beneficial thing. Like,
Did you say pillaged? I don't think pillaged was the
Pillaged
word.
What did you-
from
I think
their
it was
teeth.
Pilfered.
I knew there was a pill somewhere. There's a PIL. But I mean,
Last
pillage too.
topic. Self-driving cars.
No, not hot at all.
Why not?
Those are fucking terrifying.
Fucking hypocrite. Because you were
What are
out
you
here
talking
saying
about?
Teslas are hot, and that's the most.
Teslas are hot.
Self-drive.
I'm not getting one that drives itself.
All Teslas drive themselves. That's what makes Teslas.
If I'm driving a Tesla, you're telling me I can't
no, but all
actually control the
Teslas
car.
are self-driving.
All Teslas have the capability to be driven.
Yeah,
Yes.
they have the capability. Doesn't mean I'm fucking hitting autopilot and just letting it go.
Self-driving cars that drive around like
the Waymos.
Yeah, like that are like mapping and stuff. You would think not hot, but actually hot because
No.
what is
No, I'm
Stop
not.
throwing a
Carry
tantrum.
on. Stop.
because of what they're going out to do. You can't just have the gold without digging, man. Like you have to do this first, and they're mapping a way so that cars can be driven by themselves. The autonomous car can be a thing, and it's making it safer. And they had some setbacks, obviously, with the Uber and like.
I wonder if that accident outside was a self-driving
Yeah,
car. Was a Waymo.
but genuinely, they can be very hot, and they will be scorching hot probably 10 years from now.
This was PD's topic. Yeah, PD got really excited because he had a hot or not topic for us, and he gave it to Leah. In theory, they're hot. I'm not getting.
They're
in the
going
back-
to be hot.
Yeah, I'm not getting in the back seat of a self-driving
No.
car with no one in the front of it.
No.
That terrifies.
That's what
me.
I'm saying.
So I'm with you on that. But self-driving cars, in theory, especially if I can sit in the front seat and be like, if something goes wrong, I can grab the
Yeah.
steering wheel.
Hot.
Absolutely, that's dope as shit. But I'm not at a point right now in 2022 where I'm about to.
Yeah,
Right. 20. Yeah.
I think we're all in
yeah.
agreement.
Yeah, I think we're in the same. We just approach
Except for
it differently.
Tochi. Tochi just doesn't like the idea.
I don't like 'em.
Shoot it down.
I don't like them. I'm not gonna be like you said. I'm not when I think self-driving car, I think of getting in the backseat of a car and nothing driving.
There was a point, like I could see in the end of my life, at some point in my life, where I would get like,
Okay.
I could see in 20, 30 years where it's self-driving.
Well,
like,
regardless,
I'll
it was a fun show. The camera's about to die.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Well, let's not have that happen again. You can follow the show at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. Shane, where can everybody follow you?
Follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. I was thinking of an alliteration, but I'm just gonna scrap it. Go ahead.
Follow me at Shawn_to_pause. I was gonna say Milky as always, and then I immediately
Autonomous as always.
autonomous is no. I have self-control. Wet is no. Drippy as always, just like a swimmer that just got out of the pool. Drippy.
There
Like
you
you said,
go. Thank
Grippy.
you guys so much for tuning into today's show or listening on
Yo.
audio. We will be back with another live tomorrow during ASU football's spring game. I believe show is 8 p.m. I believe we have, or 7:30.
On Saturday?
Tomorrow. Oh,
Yes.
Tomorrow? The
Yes.
game is at 8, I think.
game's at 7.
7.
Okay. So the show will be probably 9:30.
We will let
We'll
you know
let
on
you know.
social. Follow us at PHNX_Sun Devils. For now, peace.